Hey everybody, welcome back. So in this video I am going to be taking a look at the Vevor 150 PSI heavy duty off-road air compressor. This air compressor was sent to me by Vevor for the purpose of this review, and it is normally $115, but on Vevor's website it is now on Black Friday sale for $89. So I'm kind of pumping this out quick, hoping if you're interested in this you will be able to pick it up on that Black Friday sale. I did not do an unboxing because there is no assembly. It comes in the bag with everything on it exactly as you see. The only thing you really have to do is plug the hose into it, and the quick disconnect fitting is already there. Now Vevor claims that this is good for Jeep, SUV, 4x4, RV for up to 35-inch tires, that it has 6 CFM at 0 PSI, and in their questions and answers, somebody asked what it was at 30, and they said it was 2.3 CFM at 30 PSI. It has a 45% duty cycle, meaning out of an hour, they say you can run it for 45 minutes. They say it only takes 1 minute to pump up one 235 by 85 16 tire from 20 to 36, and less than 3 minutes to go from 0 to 36 PSI. I don't have a 235 85 16 to test it on. I have some 3115s that are on my Jeep that's in the background. We'll be testing it on that, and we'll probably test it. I'm not going to lower one to 0, but we'll go down to where I would go if I was in the sand or rock crawling, probably down around 12 to 15 PSI, and then back to what I would normally run on the street, which is probably 36. This is a 12-volt air compressor. It comes with a 6-foot power cord with red and black battery clamps on it. Comes with a 20-foot coiled air hose with a screw-on tire chuck and a gauge on one end and a quick release on the other. It comes with a nice zippered storage bag. I weighed the whole thing, the whole kit in the bag this morning on my bathroom scale, and it weighed 17 pounds. Size is roughly 13 inches long by about 8.5 inches high. We're looking at about 5 inches wide, and it's on this nice metal bottom plate that has rubber feet, and it looks like you could take the rubber feet off and mount it solid somewhere if you want it mounted down. So I want to test this thing. I've got the Vevor thermal imaging camera, I have got a cobalt air pressure gauge, and I have a clamp meter here, and we'll check the amperage draw on it as well. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lower all my tires down to, let's go down to 12, and then we'll go back, run them all back up to 36. I have lowered them all down around 12, but let's confirm that. 12 exactly, 11, 12 and a half. And I am going to have to do this with the engine running because this thing does pull a lot of power, but I am all hooked up. Worthy of note is there is a rubber covered power switch. I don't know if you can see it, rubber covered power switch and a circuit breaker right there. I'm hooked up, I got the gauge in line. Gauge says I don't know. It's too low to really read on that gauge. I'm gonna run them right to where I think is 35 on that gauge. I am gonna time myself doing all 4 tires, so because I think that's how most of us are going to use it. So there is going to be some time for me to take to get it disconnected and connected to the other tires. And I've got the thermal imaging camera, which I thought I started up. There it is, but it's so bright out I can't see the screen. And I've got my clamp meter. Let's start it up, and then it's going to get noisy. I'll show you when I shut the first one off at 35, so you'll see the time for one. But other than that, we're going to do all 4. First one reached pressure right at about the 2-minute mark. Second one was done right at about 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Third tire done right at about the 9-minute mark. Yeah, max on the compressor and motor is about 170, and we're on the 3rd tire. Straw I'm seeing right at about 35 PSI is about 32 to 33 amp draw. Last one done at about 11 minutes 30 seconds. One thing worthy of note is when my twin cooling fans were turning on, it slowed the pump down considerably. And what is the temperature out today here in Arizona? Temperature out today is Claims it's 64, but it feels more like about 75 out in the sun. So let's see how close I got. 36.5 there. And note that this does have no automatic shutoff. You have to be smarter than the pump. 40.5 there. Can you see that? I went well over there. 40.5. Yeah, you're going to have to watch it because it will just keep pumping. Well, I only made 31 there. Thought I did better than that. It's all going to even out in the end. And 39.5 there. One thing let's do is, now that the engine's off, let's see how loud it gets. That is our ambient right there. You can hear me talking. It all goes up to 80s, but ambient is around 50, maybe 48. So here we go. Everything else off. Let's see how loud it is. Around 85, 86. A couple things worthy of note. I don't know if I mentioned it, but while the hottest part of the pump did get to be around 200 degrees, 205 degrees, the handle has this nice ventilated cover over it because the pipe runs down the center there, and of course the pipe is going to get really hot. But at no point in time did this get so hot I couldn't grab onto the handle and lift it up. Another thing worthy of note, again, I don't know if I mentioned it, is the gauge seems fairly accurate, but while the pump is running, it does seem to show about 10 pounds more higher than what's really in the tire. Once you get the hang of it, it doesn't seem like it's too hard to hit the mark you're going for, pretty close. But since there is no auto shutoff, you do have to watch it to make sure you're not going way above what you wanted. I think if you were doing this every weekend, you know, going out to the trails, lowering your tires from 36 to 10 or 12, then back up to 36, you would definitely want one of those hose setups to where you could have the pump connected to all 4 tires at once. And I think this pump would easily pump these 311050s in 10 minutes or less from 12 back up to 36. So first I want to say thanks to Vevor for sending this out for us to review, and thanks to you guys for liking, subscribing, and using my affiliate links. I think if you're looking for a unit like this and you've been scared off by some of the $300, $400, $500 prices you've seen on these, and you need a budget option, I think this one's right up your ballpark, especially at $89 on a Black Friday deal. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.